Hey guys, Bo here at KG5 Media. I'm here with Brett Geeves, our captain slash coach. Brett, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Bo. You're doing great work as well, mate. I've been tuning in, getting some bad answers, but I'll try not to overthink it, like Ryan Daft, who has tried to be super smart, I think, so.
Thank you.
Good job.
So first question, what are some players to look for this coming season?
Yeah, we've had a couple of guys that have really applied themselves over the winter and made huge progress. Brandon Copper is probably the biggest standout. He's just had a winter of growth, both physically in his game, technically, and he's starting to understand the game a little better as well. And that really shone in some of the practice matches we played recently. He's hitting the ball really clean. There's a lot of his dad Nathan, just in terms of his freak hand-eye coordination and the way he approaches the game with a really high level of aggression. Wants to score, wants to take wickets. So. He's set himself up really nicely for a big season. Manpreet Mala, so Wiki as we call him, he's had a huge winter as well. Again, technically just made another step. And Navroj, who recently got a bit of media time, blitzed the Queensland Intercultural League, I believe, and again, just for him, technically he's made some really good improvement, and he's a great story because before he came here, hadn't played turf cricket before, had a brief stint in Melbourne, but prior to that, take ball superstar in Punjab, like a known person throughout his area back home. And interesting story that we picked him in the first game last year against Newtown. He hit the most miraculous cover drive. It was glorious, and so he's cut it off Frogbox and put it on his Facebook. It was like 8,000 views and 500 comments. It was like high level organisational, media work. And we're like, well, what is going on here? And so we asked him, and he's like, oh, kind of back home, I'm a hero. I'm the tape ball guy. And 5 weeks later, we're playing South Hobart. Tom Willoughby's bowling to him, left arm spinner, and hits him on the pad first ball. Nav walks off completely bemused, and I said, mate, what happened there? He's like, I've never seen a left-arm spinner before. So, Nav's very new to Premier Cricket, formalised turf cricket, and he showed at the back end of last year he's really capable. And so with a strong winter, he's another guy that we think can take a big leap for us.
So, second question, obviously you guys had a really good season last year, but what teams do you reckon will really challenge you to be better this year?
Yeah, last year was really flattening. We came home really strong after Christmas, and to miss out on the finals by 0.25 of a point. I think there was a manufactured game. The Bay and Clarence forced an outright result, and look, we would have done the same thing. So we were a bit unlucky not to make finals last year, but I guess this year we got a really different list. Easto, Fatia, back to their home ports, Charlie to Launceston, Matty back to Victoria. Jimmy Bowen was in Victoria. He's now back through the COVID scenario for work. We lost Windamere, but to South Hobart, who's chased a bit of individual pursuit for him, and we obviously wish him well. But with a new group, it's young, it's exciting, and they've all really applied themselves. So it'll be a different year for us. Our expectations are really different from last year. It'll be a big year of development and learning. And hopefully guys like Brandon and Ryan Daft and Nick Davis and Jake Williams, these sub 20-year-olds, can take a big leap. In terms of teams that are going to be really competitive, there's been an influx of interstate guys. So Newtown picked up Ben Menenti and AJ Mosca, so both super talented Sydney Premier cricketers. The rumour mill suggests I've got another couple of guys coming in as well. So you add 4 really strong New South Wales Premier League players into their growing list. There's someone I think will improve. The Raiders have got natural growth in them as well. Young northwest boys that are training pretty hard, and they're all committed to their cricket. But it's pretty obvious that Uni will be strong. They've picked up Brad Hope, the state player, so he adds to an already really strong list. North Hobart will remain strong. They've got a really strong state presence. And South Hobart have recruited really heavily. So they'll be a team with Ben Dunk back a lot this summer. He'll play a lot of cricket for them. Cameron Valente has signed there as well. He's a super cricketer. You know, to join Doolan, who'll be around a lot more. Willis, you know, they're going to have a very, very nice team. Gabe Bell will be around a bit, so Hamish Kingston. It's a nice cricket side. So, you know, for us, we don't have that first class experience, but you know, we have a super talented team, and what's going to be important for us is, you know, how we come together as a collective, all the little things, you know, our culture and our behaviours, our standards, that will actually play a huge part in how we perform this year and how we'll look back and judge our season.
Absolutely. So we got a bit of a cheeky question from a young viewer at home called Angus. He's asked, what's your favourite canteen snack?
I'll bet that's Angus Percy too. He's always been cheeky.
Not going to say names, but I think you've nearly hit the money there. Yeah,
well, you told me beforehand. Yeah, I'm a chip man. I think the barbecue sandboys here are hard to go past. I do love Mr. Spotswood's rolls. Outstanding. So, the chips for me. Thanks, Angus.
There you go, Angus. So into the quick fire now. What's your nickname?
Yeah, Geevesy. I get Fatso at home. Whatever. I'm not too fussed.
That's a bit tough. What's your junior cricket club?
I'm a Glenorchy boy, so started here very young and kind of made my way through vacation cricket and 15s and 17s and through the thirds and the twos and the ones. So yeah, I played every grade here, and yeah, fortunate to call it my home.
Greatest cricket moment?
Yeah, I always think the premiership that we won out of nowhere in 2010, 11, I think it was. Pretty similar to this year. You know, we had just a group of young guys that were really committed and, you know, wanted to learn. And Ryan Delaney, Brad Absalom, Henry Terry, Tom Coates, Trent LaRosignol was a young firebrand bowling fast outswingers. Ended up playing second 11 cricket that year on the back of 45 wickets. We had Kelby Pickering, who was a club stalwart, legend human being, you know, as passionate a Glenorchy person as you'll come across. And we had Benny Dunk available for the season as well. We didn't see a lot of Lukey Butterworth and Ed Cowan that year, who were both at the club too. But yeah, just the way that group came together. My first year as captain coach, and yeah, we did something that no one had us down to do, and it was cool. So you know, in the week after that, getting phone calls from, you know, the club greats, the people that I looked up to when I was, you know, your age, 15, 16. You know, the Coburn family and Crum Wilson and, you know, these types of people, it just was really quite emotional. So yeah, by far that's my proudest cricket moment.
Favourite cricketer?
Can we go footballer? I was never a big cricket fan as a kid. Right. Like I loved Darren Pritchard as a footballer. The flowing mullet, Pritchard to Dunstall, but at cricket, I mean, you know, Ricky Ponting is just the absolute greatest. He's a complete freak. Love watching him play golf as well. I always loved Santh Jayasuriya, the Sri Lankan. I was fortunate enough to bowl to him in the IPL. I think he liked what I was sending his way. He just pants me. It was amazing. It was such a surreal experience bowling to him and Sargent. Yeah, so yeah, a couple there, just real batters, real whackers. Yeah, you know, strong cricketers.
So, famous person you'd invite to dinner?
Easy one for me. Dirk Nowitzki is everything that I want to be as an athlete. You know, he's, for those that don't know, Dallas Mavericks basketball, 7-foot German, no tattoos, and in the era he played, he had no right to be out there. You know, this long white guy that, you know, didn't stack up against the, you know, I guess the nature in which the game was played then, really physical, and he just defied everything. Won a championship in 2011, and I can actually, the irony in this, I used to skip training to watch Dirk Nowitzki play because I loved his work ethic and his loyalty and the way he went about. I mean, how stupid was I at age 24? But yeah, comfortably Dirk Nowitzki, I would enjoy his company.
What's your hidden talent?
I played the drums for quite a while in school.
There we go.
Yeah, I wouldn't be that flush now, but I got some lessons, and I loved it. Played in the school rock band, and by the time I got to college, the drummers from all the other schools were unbelievable. They were just at another level. So, you know, I was doing my straighty 180s and getting my basic feels in, and they were pulling off some amazing stuff, so I just quit. That's probably the embarrassment got to me.
Biggest pest in your team?
There are people that annoy me that aren't necessarily pests. I think Nicky Davis kind of just glares at me occasionally. He just ruffles me a little bit. He's quick to hop into me as well. He likes teasing me, and he's enjoyed bowling to me this winter. He's been getting me out quite a bit. I'm a little bit blind at the moment, but it'd be good to get outdoors away from the indoors. But yeah, Nick's got it in him, I think. Dafty as well is a bit sneaky, kind of. You know, he just sneaks up on you in terms of his pestiness.
A phone app you can't live without?
An NBA box score person. I have to be refreshing when the NBA season's on. I'm a big fantasy basketball guy. I'm in about 11 leagues. So I want to know how my guys are going and how Dallas are doing. And obviously, you know, Luka Doncic is completely blitzing it. So, you know, love him as well. So, yeah, the NBA apps are pretty big for me.
And last of all, what do you love about Glenorchy?
Yeah, I mean, Glenorchy, the club's been my home since I was 10. So the people that I've seen come through and I've built relationships with, and yeah, it'll always be a really special place for me. Just and mostly because of how I've been received. You know, I don't have to try and be something I'm not, and that's something that our club has done really well, and something we've always tried to do. Is I think it's just the nature of the people in the region. You know, we're accepting and we want everyone to get along, and you know, and whilst sometimes, you know, our abrasiveness or, you know, our want for equality can sometimes come across the wrong way, it generally, you know, and for me, it comes from a good place. You know, it's such a, you know, I want everyone to be happy, and I want everyone to be, you know, perceived and seen in an equal manner, equal opportunity. So always had that here at Glenorchy. It's something we've always done really well, and you know, I'm proud to be from the region and super proud of the club, and you know, hopefully I'll be here for many years to come.
Thanks, Brett.
On your boat.